Welcome back, everybody. We're here live with a candidate for commission and a commissioner, Mr. Butch Borasky. Right now we have a caller on the line. It's Elnora. Elnora, go ahead with your question.
Yes,
We're going to wait.
I just would like to thank Mr. Borasky for coming to the senior center often. He's the only politician that comes and visits the seniors and associate with us over there. And I've been attending the senior center for many years, and I just really appreciate him coming over. Thank you very much, Mr. Borasky.
District Attorney is coming back to Pahrump in the next meeting. You guys are going to decide where you're going to go with this. Can you put some light on that and why this is good?
Well, I'll give you my perspective on this, and I'm one of caution. I think we're rushing into it way too quick. Don't anybody get me wrong. I support medical marijuana for those that need it. My concern is that we're getting into something all new territory. Some of the communities, the counties throughout the state of Nevada have decided not to take action. There's a lot of rumors and misinformation going around that if we don't do something, the state will step in and do it. And when we actually had a state representative, senator, in our meeting talking about it, he said that you will not be forced to do, that the state will not step in and override you. But if you want to put regulations in and so on and so forth. And it was a rather strange meeting that just before lunch we broke, and there was a motion but no second. And then we came back from lunch, everybody unloads, and it's a 4-1 vote. I voted no because I think we need to be caution. There's a lot of data out there that I tried to provide to all of the commissioners, the Night Communities Coalition. I work closely with them, provided with a lot of data about areas that have gotten into this and the increase in the need for police. There's increased crime, and that it might not all be wine and roses. So I opted to go into to ask for caution on this and not rush into it. The other 4 commissioners voted yay, and we're on our way. The dispensary was not to be in Pahrump, so that would eliminate some of that danger that we'd have to deal with. But still in all, I still think that the state really hasn't made up its mind on everything yet, and we just jumped in a little too quick. But that's only my personal opinion, and with all the research that I've looked at about other areas that have been doing this for a couple of years now, they urge caution, they urge to be careful. There's a lot of issues. There's a lot of people being caught using somebody else's medical marijuana card and going out to another state and selling the marijuana they purchased. So again, I'm still going to go with caution because obviously it's coming back. We'll see what's offered to us when it comes back. And if I believe there's enough safeguards and whatnot on it, I would change my vote, but not until I know they're there.
Now, the way I understand this is the folks that are going to be grown will be grown in a private, secluded area where only the grower has control over the product, and that person would be able to distribute it under a license that is granted to him. So once somebody goes in and buys it from the store or whatever else, it's like anything else. If you go out and buy a car stereo, or if you go out and buy a car, or if you buy whatever, I mean, if somebody steals it once it's out of the house, I think that's a whole nother problem. What I'm looking at in this is there a large enough revenue stream that can help out the tax roll that's going to allow for a better economic growth and development of our communities? It's been said for many years that I've seen this issue come up, and a lot of people have said, you know, this is the next big thing to be able to bail out a lot of the expenses that people have today in regards to like oil that you can tax, you can bring in revenue from this, which would help the community. The thing that I would hate to see is that it gets in the wrong hands in the government where they use it for the wrong reasons, and it could be used for the right reasons. In my perspective, I think the government should have a better role in how they distribute the monies and fund different projects that are going to help the communities versus giving it away to individuals or people that might abuse the additional aid and funding that a lot of this is going on today. And without getting into depth, I think people can read between the lines of what I'm saying.
Well, let me follow up on a little something, because there were things that bothered me a lot about this. This was supposed to be brought in that we could control this. We could keep this under check. The dispensary will not be in Pahrump. Therefore, the individuals who grow their own marijuana and have a license to do that will be able to continue to do that. The only thing Pahrump is going to get is grow houses, depending on, and we don't know how many grow houses they need yet, because has not been defined. Mm-hmm. There might be one, there might be two, there might be three. It'll have to be in a commercial zone, either light industrial or heavy industrial. I don't know if they opted out for general commercial or not. It'll have to be in a fenced-in area, secured with cameras. It'll be just like going into the detention center or something. You'll have to be checked in, checked out, shaken down. And when that stuff leaves here and goes to that dispensary, I didn't see anything yet on how all that's going to come down. And we don't know where the dispensary is going to be either. So a lot of information not out there yet.
Okay, caller, I know you're on the line. Bill, I know you got something there too that's real interesting, but this is really intriguing to me. So what you're saying is that there's only going to be a certain amount of dispensaries and growers in the town, or can you have unlimited?
You asking me, Vern?
Yes.
No, there is no dispensary that will be in Pahrump itself.
Okay, can we have as many growers as we choose? If I wanted to apply for a license, Jason wanted to apply for a license, Bill wanted to provide for a license, can we all grow?
You can't grow unless there's a demand for it, and that's not been determined yet. That's the problem.
There's a demand for it. There's a huge demand for it.
Well, right now, Clark County has made a ruling that we cannot ship down there.
Right.
All right, so that knocks us out of Clark County market.
Gotcha.
So basically, we're with Nye County, okay? How much demand in Nye County is there going to be will determine how many grow houses and how many laboratories that we have, because the lab and a grow house can be in Pahrump, but the dispensary moved outside of Pahrump so that the people that were growing their own would still be allowed to do that. Had the dispensary been put in Pahrump, you can't be within 25 miles of that dispensary and grow your own anymore. So there was consideration given to, I think, all aspects.
So your position on this really is I want to see more data, more facts before they get my vote.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Exactly.
Okay, very good, thank you. Bill?
Okay, well, first off, Elnora, if you wish to call back, you can. Right now, we do have a caller, Steve, online. Go ahead, Steve.
Yes, thanks for taking my call. I'd like to ask the commissioner or whoever is responsible for all the dispatchers that are being laid off. You would think public safety would be top on the list for Pahrump and being out in this rural area. So I read an article in the paper Wednesday. The sheriff had put input in that a lot of the dispatchers are being let go. So if you could check on that for me or tell me if I'm correct or what you know about that, it would be great, because the sheriff seems to be blaming it on the county commissioners.
I think what he's talking about is that up in Tonopah, they said that there was 6 dispatchers being laid off. And of course, everybody blames you guys because of the budget, but I think he wants to know why.
Okay, I think, and again, when you call in, would you please speak up just a little bit? I'm just a touch hard hearing. I did get that question, and Bill may have to repeat it to me. There's talk about moving dispatch, and that has not been decided yet. There's a lot of rumors going around that they're going to put all the dispatch out of Pahrump, and then everybody else is going to be cut out of it. So it wouldn't necessarily mean they're going to lose their jobs, but the dispatch it out of one location versus 3. That has not been decided yet. I don't know where, unless somebody had a meeting and I wasn't there, that has not been decided yet, and it's being talked about now.
Well, you know how things get started.
As a cost-saving measure.
You know how things get started around town.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we got to go to a commercial break again. So this time's going by really fast now. So anyway, we're going to the commercial break. Everybody stay tuned. We will be back live. Okay, time for a commercial.